In 1844, on March the 20th day, we hoisted our flag to the foremast, and for Greenland sailed away, brave boys, and for Greenland sailed away. Captain walked in the quarter-deck, with a spyglass in his hand. Away, the whalefish she cries, and she blows at every span, brave boys, and she blows at every span. Over all the good down tavern stall, come launch your boats for the sea, with the line coilers and the jolly jack tons, and away to the flesh we'll go, brave boys, and away to the flesh we'll go. The boatman stood and find men lost, and the little apprentice boy, good boy, and the little apprentice boy. Sad news is that you deserve full sorrow. I didn't know the apprentice boy, but the way I dreamed and tempted for brave boys, the way I dreamed and tempted for. I must leave this old country now, for Greenland sail away, to play the sword, the whalefish blow. And the daylight never done, brave boys, and the daylight never done, and the daylight never done, brave boys, and the daylight never done.
Massive audience response at this point, of course. We are in soundcheck with Kris Drever here at Findhorn. Thanks for having us along, Kris.
Thanks for coming, Rob. It's nice to see you again.
It is a long time, but there you are. It's a long time since anything's been going on. It's nice to be back on the road, I would imagine.
It's lovely, yeah. It's very nice. I'm out and about with a kind of bag of new songs. I've got some old things on the go as well, but...
That's a single,
like
though, eh?
That's a single. So that is from my friend Ben Nichols' album.
Yeah.
Which is called Duets, and it's a collection of duets that he's made with
a
pile of different musicians.
You still get a lot of fun out of doing the traditional songs.
I do. Yeah, I like it, and I like a balanced diet.
Aye.
Sometimes that's all I want to do, and other times I'm just in kind of mode.
And, you've got some new songs as well now at the moment.
I've got a load.
As well as that, and you've got a retrospective album out just now.
That was it. So I toured through the summer with my band.
Yeah.
I don't always go out solo. Sometimes I go out with the band that I kind of made the last few records with. So I did that in the summer with everyone, and we went through that material really. So now feels like a good time to start playing out some new things.
Yeah.
So there's a mixture, of course.
So the first night on the tour.
Yeah.
Do you know how it's going to go?
No, well, I was saying this to an engineer.
I mean, I know the gigs will go well, but I'm just wondering how do you... There is a set list there, I see that, but do you adhere to that?
I will to start with, because there's a load of new things.
Yeah.
And there's this kind of, you can get new things to a certain place in isolation, and after that you just have to play them for people.
Yeah.
And oftentimes for a little while before you really know how they are, so it's not a gamble, but there is like a certain amount of nervous energy involved in like trying to rein it in and get them to be the vibe they're supposed to be, which isn't always the vibe that you think they're supposed to be.
And are the stories going to be the same? They're going to change as well, aren't
They
they?
will change. I mean, mostly that's to do with whatever songs I'm playing, you know. Yeah. There is a certain amount of, you know, some introductions become attached to the songs. So if there's a song that you've been playing for a lot of years,
Yeah.
sometimes it's hard to break the habit of
Have a look at this. It's in glorious Technicolor,
Well, yeah. So
Chris,
I've left
so you can see yourself.
There are various things that I need to do with my feet and to give myself an easy ride.
You got little
Written
cues.
them down in bright colour so I can read them from the floor.
Well, it's a treat. So and such a beautiful building
It's fabulous.
to get the whole thing going. And so we're in Findhorn at the immaculate Universal Hall, and I can just hear how beautiful the acoustics are just by talking myself in this room, which I've said many a time. Scott, this is a true story. I've said many a time, this is the best small theatre in Europe for a listening gig. I'm talking to the sound man here at Findhorn Foundation. So the audience is coming along. It'll be about 7 o'clock tonight. I think there are still some tickets, but
There are.
But be best. The last of the tickets are selling, so you'd be best to if you're viewing in the area, you'd be best to secure your ticket before you come along. So,
I'm on stage at 7:30.
7:30 on stage, and at the start of a very comprehensive tour, Chris.
Yeah, there's 16 shows.
Yeah.
16. As far south as Brighton.
Which is a good place to end up at any time, anyway. And Ireland this time, I forgot.
No, just England and Scotland.
Yeah.
This time.
Okay.
Next year, more visits abroad.
You're going to get to Orkney on this one, no?
Not on this one, but I'm playing there at the folk festival with John McCusker and Michael McGoldrick.
That's a good night out.
Yeah. it's a quiet night then.
Yeah, quiet night until the morning anyway, yeah. So where are you based these days then?
Glasgow.
You're in Glasgow, so that's nice and central.
I was up in Shetland until 2019.
Yeah, so is it a hindrance being from the islands for a folk musician? And I'll ask that with it in the backdrop of knowing that your dad was there doing it before you.
Yeah.
And I suppose on that basis, was that a hindrance or was that a positive thing having because you must have been Ivan Drever's wee boy forever.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's funny, you know, I would say this to anyone who knows the children of musicians.
Yeah. Try
not to attribute any achievements they make in music with it just being a genetic thing. You know?
No.
But no, I mean, it was largely.
I'm just wondering if you think it was a hindrance or it was helpful.
It wasn't a hindrance at all.
Yeah.
I mean, living in the Isles and being a touring musician,
that's a challenge.
It's very tricky.
Yeah.
But no, it's a good scene.
Yeah. Cool. Cutting your own furrow now anyway. How is your dad? I've not seen him in ages.
I think he's about to stop playing live, I think.
Oh, God, we need to see him before that happens.
But he's in the studio just now.
Good. Well, tell him we're asking for him. Hopefully we'll see this. We're asking for you, Ivan.
Yeah.
And good luck with your tour.
Thank you.
And a delight to be here in this beautiful setting for this evening's performance. Oh, I've one other question that came in from Andy Oxbow, who is a fan, particularly of your social commentary stuff and your political output, which is all part of the balanced diet, I suppose, as well. He's asking, because it seems so natural, the songs just seem to come out through the speakers very naturally. Is that the way that they come onto the paper?
It totally depends. Everyone.
Yeah, it's going to be different for every song,
Everyone's
really.
different, and I actively try to avoid getting an entrenched process because I think it can end up with you repeating yourself.
Yeah.
So some of them you fight really hard for, some of them come really easy.
Yeah.
All of them need a certain amount of editing.
Yeah. And what you're trying to get over in the song, is that what you have to adhere to all the way through? Or do they develop themselves?
Sometimes, you know, you think you're writing a song about something,
And it goes the other way.
It's about something else. You know?
ends up a love song and it's not. Is the best way for it, I would imagine. Well, lovely. Anyway, looking forward to all the songs this evening. And have you got another one to play out for? We've got an audience.
Play out with a new one.
And thanks everybody out there. A new one, eh?
Is that all right?
Yeah, thanks for joining us, guys. If you've got any questions, there is a comment on the viewer that you're watching. You can make a comment. I'll get to them at some point. I'm sure Chris will at some point as well. Not right now.
Okay.
Going to let Chris get on, then get his dinner, and then come back for the show. So
Thanks.
thank you very much.
Every winter has a day, there's no exception. Every memory's an act of transformation. One day all the rocks will melt beneath the sun. Even Tory politicians will one day be outspun. Change is never gonna change. Nothing else will ever stay the same. Butterflies and nightingales and Arctic forces. The forecast can be given on Files Day. The way we pass around the holy water, we take comfort from the way that nothing stays. Your granddad hunted whales down in South Georgia. Now we're wearing matching raincoats beyond the town rise. Change is never gonna change. Nothing else will ever stay the same. I can point at the forest, I can say that it's mine. I can hire a cartographer to draw the boundary lines. After I'm gone, there'll still be trees. One of those old souls paused to honor me. Change is never gonna change. Nothing else will ever stay the same. Change is never gonna change. Nothing else will ever stay the same. Nothing else will ever stay the same.
Nice.
Thank you.
That's us. We're out here, guys. We're in Findhorn this very evening. Some tickets remaining at the door. Please do come along if you can. Come along. There's the Ivan. I knew I was going to say it sooner or later. Chris's dates. up on the screen for you now. Thank you very much, Chris. for it.
Next one.